Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Posse, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls and the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind?
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago. The Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, hold on. Watching it go. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Shift. 66. Pull it. Pass. Over. 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Here we go.
On 1st down, Griffin got his man, Robbie Anderson. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Robbie Anderson, a gain of 12.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
55, right there in the middle. 55. Get the ball.
On 2nd and 9, Griffin. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. On 3rd down, Griffin. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Right there, 50 seconds to Mike. Let's go, D.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Kill.
Now Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his running back, Grant. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And it's caught by Parker. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Regular.
From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick, and he's able to bring it up 5. Yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
And the First down.
Check 55, Mike.
You must be true.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. That one complete to Anderson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line.
First down, Jets.
Set, punt. AT Gator. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Back. Wait. True. Up.
52, right 52. We own it. We own it.
On first and 10, it's Griffin. This one caught by Crowder. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Once again, Griffin looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On first down, it's Grant, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Fitzpatrick. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Wilson now in his second season in Miami. First 4 years were in Kansas City. He's always been a solid complementary receiver, but Miami really hoping he can take the next step in his development, be more of a go-to guy now at 27 years of age.
57. Down to lose 1. Tight ends Ringo. 35. Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
On third and 1, here's Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. They will run with Grant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Play action now. Fitzpatrick. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
61, matchbox lights.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. The kidder here, it's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
It's a game of
3-0
5.
after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 5 now. Griffin. He's able to hit Joshua Bellamy. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Griffin. Caught here by Bell.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now it's Griffin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll run it here. This is Mark Walton. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. They'll run on first down. Grant. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Pro Bowler C.J. Mosley, the Ravens' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7. The Jets' 32-yard line.
Kill, kill!
50 seconds.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot!
Oh, yeah.
On second down, it's Grant. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
52 and 56. Hey, orbit.
Let's go. 57. Mike, 57. Hey, pick your game up. Mike's 57.
On first down, Grant. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Blue draw, Porkins. TPP.
Brings up second and 9. At the 23-yard line.
Watch 57. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On second and 9, Fitzpatrick. And this is caught. It's Parker. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
57. 180. Target, 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 target. Kill, kill, kill.
Tron. 34. Hey, Echo.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Oh, dang.
Here's Grant. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. They'll try the right side with Bell. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. I got you.
On 3rd and 1, Griffin. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brandon Copeland able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
57's the mic.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Keep playing hard.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. On play action, Fitzpatrick. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
PPP.
To throw again, Fitzpatrick. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Fitzpatrick again. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Bell running on 1st down as he'll push forward for about 3. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. This time, Griffin will throw. And he's got this complete to Bellamy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Griffin. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's got this down to the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now Griffin. And Brate, the tight end's got it. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Mark 55, Mark 55.
From the gun, it's Griffin. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
You got three down. 57, Mike, 57.
Let's go, defense.
Hey, color.
Check three.
Final play of the half, Fitzpatrick. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half. See
how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They go back to Grant. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
X3, 218, chop.
Fitzpatrick on 1st down. And this is Parker, complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Griffin, that's complete. It's Bell. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it's 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
Got it. Control the mic, boys. Hustle, hustle.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Your mic, pick it up. Go.
Operating from the gun. Griffin. Open man is Anderson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Point after here coming up. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. 17, So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And it's caught by Parker. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Draw play. Here's Walton. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. 3 buds. 3 buds. Check.
Hey, color. Bud.
53's the mic. It's been a long day for you.
On second down now, it's Grant. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, Delta.
57's the mic. Watch.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. Caught by Wilson. The 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out of him, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll give this to Bell running right. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Griffin. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
They go play action. Fitzpatrick. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he finds Parker here, complete. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence.
Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Charles Harris has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Griffin. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Credit the sack to the safety, Rashad Jones. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun. Griffin going up top. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
17-yard line.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start. And a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. To throw is RG3. And now he'll tuck it and run. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Let's go.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Here we go. Switch.
From the shotgun, Griffin. Escape, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Muhammad Wilkerson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Griffin. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Big play coming now for the Jets as they'll set up to go for 2.
Here I come again.
Now it's Griffin to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Hey, high 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Grant. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on, boy. You got to be ready. Don't be scared of it.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Griffin. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, Griffin. And Anderson's got it. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Watch twins. Watch twins. 6, pull it, pass.
And an alley to run. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. RG3. 35 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
This one caught by Crowder. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Strong. General West.
Slam.
35. Hustle up.
Watch the shit.
This is Grant, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 44-yard line.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Left.
41's coming. 41's a mic. Hey. Switch gears.
Kill.
On second and 12, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his running back, Grant. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Fitzpatrick. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Hey, Alpha.
Check.
Walton on the draw. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. He'll look to throw. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. He's back to throw. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Sanders' kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Right, Ernie!
57 to Mike.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
To a knee goes Fitzpatrick, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Miami, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they